Morning,
Yes.
everybody. Happy Friday. We're back again with another round of Feature Friday. We're super pumped this morning. We have Kitchens Renewed from Georgina in. We're going to play a quick video that Tabitha from Kitchens Renewed sent us so you guys get an idea what we're talking about. And then we'll hand the floor over. Just give me 1 sec. I'm just going to set this up real quick. Is there a sound on this video, Tabitha?
There is. It doesn't, you can play it with or without sound. It doesn't matter.
Okay, no problem. You guys see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, here we go. I may have to turn this up. I'm not sure if you guys can hear this.
No, I can't.
We
Okay.
can.
I
It's
have my
just a
volume all the way up, but
background.
it's quiet. It's all
That's
good.
okay. Just a background song, nothing major.
There we go.
Near the end, you'll see the last portion of the video. It'll actually take you through the beginning and the end process of seeing how the kitchen is set up. So here's the start. That's obviously the before. This is how we prep, taping everything off. And this is how we spray. And there's the
Wow,
final.
what a difference.
Yes. We actually just had another realtor use us about 2 months ago, one of our neighbors, and they had their kitchen transformed. It was actually one of the first pictures showed. They sold within a week.
Amazing.
Yes, and the lady that bought the house said she bought it because she loved the kitchen.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Love hearing that. All right. Well, the floor is all yours, Tabitha.
Okay, so my name is Tabitha. I am the co-owner of Kitchens Renewed. My husband and I are the main people of our team. We have one part-time as well. We like to keep our business small so that we can keep our hands on everything and we can have control of the quality and the work being done. So we've been in business. We just actually celebrated our 6-year anniversary last weekend at the home show, which was awesome. We had the mayor and the MP out, so that was fabulous. I also got to do a live interview on K Country as well. And then yeah, it was a fabulous time. So what we specialize in is bringing you an affordable kitchen without removing it. So we'll take the existing boxes and we'll revitalize them. So when we go into a kitchen, we'll mask everything off, we tape everything off, we spray, we clean, everything's thoroughly looked after. And then when we go in, we spray, we do 2 coats of primer, 1 coat of top coat, then we clean everything up and we leave at the end of the day. Most kitchens are done in about 10 days. Now, that being said, that's only the refinishing and refacing part. If you're going to do countertops, backsplash, floors, any of that, obviously it'll take longer. So we have customers that come in and just get the cabinets refinished, and then we have customers that will come in and get everything done. So we do not do the countertops or the floors or the backsplashes ourselves, but we contract the work out to companies that we rely on, that we know are trustworthy and that are going to get the job done efficiently, for a good price and with good quality work. We're kind of like a one-stop shop. That way, you know that you're getting someone that's worthy and that has good reputable work. Um, so refinishing versus refacing. Refinishing is taking the existing. Refacing is also taking the existing, but we're getting new doors on it. So we'll come in, we'll measure everything. All of our doors are all custom. We get them all ourselves. I personally come in and measure everything. We measure it all out. We get everything ordered. There's many different door styles that are available to us. Most people choose to go with a shaker MDF. So we get the doors in, and then we'll actually finish the doors ourselves. We'll put the hinge holes on, the handle holes, and we look after everything from start to finish. If you're getting counters, backsplash, or floors done first, we suggest those are done first. That way, if they have to put extra trim on where the floor is, or if they happen to bump the cabinet when they're putting the countertop on, we don't need to worry about it because we're going to refinish it afterwards. When we do refinish as well, we do make sure that we fill everything in, we caulk it, we fill, we make it as perfect as possible. That being said, it is a used kitchen, so we are sometimes limited what we can do. Um, I like to come in at the beginning and I can let you know what you can and can't do with the kitchen before you proceed. Some people jump in and don't plan properly, and then they can get in and they realize they've done things in the wrong order. I love to come in at the beginning. I'll inundate people a little bit with all of the stuff that they can do, but I like to make sure that they know what they're doing before they get into it. Cost wise, refinishing usually ranges around 5,000 a kitchen, give or take. They start at 3,000 and they can go up to 7, 8, depending obviously on the size of the kitchen. When it comes to the countertops, backsplash, and such, we let the customers deal directly with them. I don't get involved. No money is exchanged. So that way, and then we ensure that there's clear communication between all of us as well. The people that I work with I use Port City in Aurora, and they're phenomenal. They know how we work, what we do, and I know what they do. So it's great to have other businesses that support you, and work with you. So what else do we do? So the one thing we do not do is all brand new kitchens. Everyone thinks, oh, kitchen's renewed, we're new. We transform existing kitchens. We do not do new. If you have customers that need new kitchens, I definitely have a few people in my pocket that I can definitely share with you as well. So I'm going to show you something. This is a lovely thermofoil. As you can see.
Oh, we can't hear you anymore.
Oh, okay.
Now
Sorry.
we can.
This is a lovely thermofoil door. You can see that it's peeling. There we go. You can see that it's peeling. So this is that's what we classify as a thermofoil door. So they have a plastic wrap on them.
We can't hear you again.
Oh,
I think every
so
time
it's
you
a
move away
thermofoil
from the
door.
camera.
It's a thermofoil door with a plastic wrap on it.
Those quality doors are blocking the sound.
Really are. So we also know they're going to be great in the house in general.
Yes. Yes. So we lift up that thermofoil, we heat it up and we lift it off, and then we spray the door. So instead of throwing all those doors out, like a lot of people do, we have a solution for it. So here's an example. I had a gentleman in Innisfil call me a few months ago. He says, I've talked to 4 kitchen companies and they said there's no inexpensive solution. I have to go new doors. I don't want to go new doors. He said, I'm selling in a few months. I just need the kitchen to look wow. So I went in and he had the brown thermofoil cabinets, which unfortunately with the brown, you can see variations in the different colors. It's not just a solid color. So what I did was I went in, I color matched to one of the browns. We took all of his doors and took them to the shop, heated up the plastic, pulled it off, refinished them all. We took them back about a week later, hung them, and he's got a brand new kitchen for $2,500.
Wow.
Yes, and the whites are even easier because it's a more solid color. So we see a lot of these thermofoil kitchens that they're peeling, and people think they have to get new doors, and you don't. So he was really happy that we had a solution, even though everyone else said you can't. So we try to make things as affordable as possible and just reusing what you have.
That's amazing.
Yes. So for a quote, there's a few methods. I prefer to come into the home. But if you're meeting with a customer and you're not sure, take some pictures of the kitchen so that I can see everything. You can text them to me, and then I can, depending on obviously my timeline, within a few hours, I can probably get you a quote. And then, yes, I can go in person as well. And then we also have a transferable warranty. So all of our work comes with a 2-year warranty, and that is transferable to the new owners as well, which is great. We are starting to roll out a special thing for realtors. We are thinking for the realtors, because we're starting to work with more and more of them, that we're going to do a special for the realtors, and we will throw in free soft close hinges for your customers, just to give a little bit of a value added service to their kit.
That's awesome.
Make it a little bit more affordable. So I've been in the industry for 15 years, and I've seen so many changes. The paint has changed, people have changed, times have changed, and we go with the flow, and we do our best to make sure every one of our customers is happy. We like to make sure that we go there once and we don't have to go back. So we want to make sure everything goes smoothly. So that's pretty much the gist of it.
So when they come in and spray the cabinets in the home, the customers have to leave? Do the windows have, is there any, issues with smell or?
Okay, so when we spray, we do use an oil-based shellac primer, and that is because we have tried many different water-based, and they don't hold up. So from our experience, like I said, I've been in the industry for 15 years. We've learned and tried, and the shellac works the best because it seals everything in. So we use a shellac primer, and then our top coat is a low VOC waterborne lacquer, and that's sprayed as well. I just lost my train of thought here.
I was basically asking, when you guys spray the cabinets, does the customer have to leave, like pets? Like, I don't know, is it dangerous?
So what we do is we put up plastic walls around the kitchen and seal it off completely. They do not need to leave their home. Most people stay. I find the smell less evasive with our spraying than it would be if you went and painted a room. You know how it takes it, because so what we do is we also use an extractor as well. We have this big fan that we set outside the door or the window, and that pulls a lot of the dust and the smells out. And we run that if it's 20 below or if it's 25 degrees outside. We try to keep everything temperature controlled as much as we can. And then obviously there is some noise when we spray. And when we're on site, we're usually 2 to 3 days. I'm going to say 2 to 4 days to start. We come in, we remove the doors and drawers. They come back to the shop in Keswick. And then while we're there, we clean everything, prep everything, tape everything, and get it all masked off, filled. Then we come in, we spray, and then we do the tear down. We remove all the tape and paper. So after the first couple of days, the customer now has full use of their kitchen. They can put everything back in their cabinets. And then what we do is we come back the following Thursday, typically, and install the doors and the drawer fronts.
Awesome. And then do you guys also help with putting the fridge back and reinstalling the stove and all that stuff? Okay, that's awesome.
Yes, we deal with a lot of seniors, so we're used to, if we need to go in and pull the fridge out and clean in behind and the stove as well, then that's fine. Typically for a gas stove, we'll just tell you to pull it out just far enough so that we can clean behind it so that you don't have to disconnect it. And same with water lines. People usually turn off their water line and pull the fridge out. I would probably say about 95% of people pull out their appliances, but there are some that we have that are, just a refresh. If they're white and staying white, they'll just leave their appliances in. It's totally up to the customer, but yes, we definitely help with that. So.
Okay, that's good to know. And then which areas do you service?
We cover within an hour of Keswick.
Okay, so you obviously go Barrie, and because I know you mentioned Innisfil, Kawarthas, and okay.
Yes, we go up to
all of York region.
Yeah, all of York region. We try to stay above the 407. We prefer not to go below the 407. Yeah, It just time-wise
Fair
and
enough.
travel time, and we've gotten busy enough. We used to go to Wasaga Beach and Collingwood, and we're so busy now.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
I don't want to go that far. So
Fair enough.
yeah, we had a designer that we worked with out there, and she was just flabbergasted. She was upset, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't want to, because then we have to do hotels, and it gets expensive, right? And then
Of course.
obviously the customer has to cover that. So
Yeah.
and
Makes
we're
sense.
trying to focus more on local. Last fall we had 9 jobs in Keswick that were consecutive in a row. So it was wonderful.
Is there anyone out there in that area, like Wasaga Beach, Collingwood, and further Owen Sound? Is there someone out there that you can refer people to that does
Yes.
similar to what you do? Okay.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Amazing.
I have actually
That's
the
good to
company
know.
that I used to work with for 8 years is out that way. So
Incredible. That's good.
yes.
Any other questions, folks? Raise your hand. Unless I've exhausted the questions.
I got a
Deanna, go.
question.
Oh, sorry.
Everything.
Quick, just in terms of turnaround time, like what if we had a client who we're meeting next week and this is something that they're wanting to get done? Realistically, from start to finish, what's your
Start
timing
to
now?
finish for the refinishing, refacing, it's about 10 days. If you're doing countertops and floors, obviously that's a little bit longer.
Right.
But if it's a small job, we can sometimes squeeze it in. We try to leave our schedule open a little bit to allow for last minute jobs. So,
Right.
and we do, you know, if you have a rush, and we'll do what we can, work the weekend if we need to. So.
Okay, so you're not like, oh, we're booked for the next 3 months.
No,
See you in the
we make
fall.
sure I make sure we keep some slots for the realtors, because I realize not everyone is going to,
Yeah.
know ahead of time. So
Okay, that's so good to know. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Jake.
Yeah, and thanks so much. This is awesome. I learned a lot today.
Excellent.
I just wanted to jump in. The heat shrink cabinetry that you talked about, where it starts to peel off. In my experience, when we see that a lot, water starts to get into the MDF. It starts to get puffy. Is there any
Yes.
way to salvage that, or when you see that, is that automatic redooring?
It depends on the extent. If it's minimal, we can definitely fix it. If it's really bad, then we say, you know what, you're better off to replace them. But that being said, a lot of the thermofoil doors we can match. So let's say there's 4 really bad ones. Maybe we can replace those 4 and refinish the rest to match.
Very, very cool. Love it. Thank you
We
so
actually
much.
just did a kitchen down in Toronto. I'll be posting the video probably this weekend. We did a very high-end kitchen. It was beautiful, very small in a little semi-detached on Wolverine. Anyways, we went in and did his, and he had a lot of water damage along the sink. And it was all solid wood, but because the paint had started peeling, the water gets in, it penetrates the wood, and then it starts to swell. He was floored. We just did the install yesterday, and he was just blown away by how much of the water damage that we were able to alleviate. He thought his kitchen was almost brand new. So it's great to transform those, because his kitchen probably be about 70 grand to replace. Unfortunately, he should have called us about 3 years sooner. He said, "Oh, I kept bugging the guy to come back and spray, and he didn't. The guy that had created the kitchen, and he ran out of time." And then I came in. I'm like, "Whoa!" I said, "Next time, call me a little sooner before the damage gets that bad." But my husband has spent probably about an extra 20 hours on that one to make sure that it was just beautiful. So you'll see it over the weekend. I got some close-ups, and it's just phenomenal.
And just jumping in there, you said about posting the video. Where can we find your stuff? Is it Kitchens Renewed everywhere?
We are on Facebook and Instagram. We have a website as well, but most of our social media is done on the Facebook and the Instagram.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Jake, that was a great question. Alex, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
Does the refinishing also include, or can it include, the inside of the cabinets, which I know sometimes get a little tired as well?
I would say about 95% of people don't get the interior sprayed. We do have
Okay.
the odd one that says, you know what, this cabinet or the sink cabinet is really bad. And what we'll do in that case is we'll just instead of taping that box off, we'll tape the inside so that we can spray, or we won't tape the inside so that we can spray the interior and just
Okay.
make it look new. We do run into that occasionally. I don't necessarily recommend having the interior sprayed because it is a lot of paint, a lot of time to do.
Yeah.
So most people are happy with just the outside, and then we recommend what they can clean on the interior as well.
And then another question is, I do see sometimes where people like to, they have the normal cabinetry, but they like to maybe open up one of those that showcase glasses and what
Oh,
not.
yes.
So, it almost is like a custom situation where you use most of the doors, but can custom a couple extras, and you just
Oh,
really,
definitely.
okay.
Definitely. We can add glass, we can put glass shelving in, you name it.
Okay, good to know.
So we've
Thank
got connections for pretty much everything.
you. Okay, that's wonderful.
That's
I'm
awesome.
big on networking.
We love that.
Me
Any
too.
other questions? So good. Tabitha, you had mentioned that for realtors, you're doing a special program. Is there a code or something that they need to give you guys in order to take advantage of that, or is this
No,
not in place yet?
it's gonna be right across the board for everyone.
Okay, so basically, as long as they tell you, "Hey, I'm a realtor and I work with such,"
Yes,
and they're good to go.
exactly. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
perfect. All right, folks, make memo to self, right? Remember this. Tell them you're a realtor, and
yes,
then take advantage of the freebies and the services.
yes.
So
And
good.
then I'm gonna post another one on the weekend as well that we did recently. It's one on Frederick Street that just sold. And we transformed the kitchen. And when you see the before shots, you're gonna think that kitchen should have went into the garbage. It was so battered and so beaten up, and we revitalized it.
That's incredible. So
Yes,
make sure everyone follow Kitchens Renewed on social
yes,
media so you can stay informed of and see the amazing
yes,
things they're able to do, so you can share the gospel with your clients that may need it.
yes.
This is very enlightening, and I had no idea this was a thing until I met you at the office, and was totally mind blown. So this was incredible, and we're very appreciative that you were able to come on and talk to all of us
Oh,
about
my
this.
pleasure. And if you're meeting with a customer, if you have questions, or just snap a couple of pictures, send me a text, and and let me know. We just to let you know, we do have two phone numbers. One is a 705, that is my cell number. Our 905 number is the office number, which is forwarded to the cell. So if you're going to send texts or pictures, send them to the 705 number.
Awesome. We'll make sure you all have the contact information for Kitchens Renewed along with their website, and yeah, well, and then that way you guys know where to reach out.
Yes, excellent. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Tabitha, for coming on.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Tabitha.
Have an amazing day, everybody.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.